welcome back to my channel. I'm finally starting a reading vlog / week in my life this week. I don't really have a lot of time to give this update right now, so I'll do more of like a larger update later. It is currently Monday. It's around 7:30. I have just been doing some studying. I'm going to be doing some more studying. Earlier today, I started randomly a couple days ago, around like 4 or 5 days ago, to reread one of my favorite series. I didn't plan on rereading the entire series, but I think I'm going to. I already have all the audiobooks checked out from Libby, and that is The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. This is one of my favorite series. This is actually my third time reading it, and I ended up finishing the audiobook on my way home from school. Obviously, I adored this book when I read it the first time. I reread it a little less than a year ago, and I'm not gonna say I didn't like it because I absolutely loved it, but I didn't love it as much as I did or I wanted to. So I went from a 5-star to a 4-star to, I think I'm gonna give it a 4.25 because it's not a 5-star. While some of the other books in the series are, as a whole, it is a 5-star, 6-star series. Something about this book, while rereading it, I just absolutely fell in love with it, just like I did the first time. I don't know if I was rereading it at like a weird time. That must have been the case, because I did not get those same feelings that I did the previous time compared to this time. I love these characters, the story, with my whole entire heart, and I was just so glad to be back with them, and I cannot wait to start Clockwork Prince. I don't think I'm gonna start that till Wednesday, so I can start that on my drive to school. I'm also in the middle of The Way Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I will talk to you guys about that later. I have 2 tests and a quiz on Wednesday. Yeah, less than 72 hours. I haven't done like a whole lot of studying, so that's what I'm really gonna focus on tonight and tomorrow, and then we'll have the rest of the week to read some more and just do all the fun things. Just wanted to enter this video, talk about the book that I read and finished before I could even start the vlogs. I'm gonna get back to studying. I'm gonna study for till about almost 10 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. So it is the next morning. It's almost 8 o'clock. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of some updates. I don't really have a lot, and honestly, majority of the day I'm just going to be spending studying. Sorry, I know I look a little dead. So I did finish Clockwork Angel. I talked to you guys briefly about this yesterday. Don't really have a lot more left to say. I did briefly start this on my way home. I haven't read this one or the third book since I read it for the first time. Clockwork Angel is actually the only one that I've reread. Don't really remember a lot that happens in this one. What I really love about the story is the relationships between our characters. Tessa, Will, and Jem have my heart and will stand as some of my favorite characters. Seeing their interactions, seeing their relationships grow independently and then also with each other is just so special and heartwarming to read about. I know this book mainly focuses on Jem and Tessa's relationship. I forgot how much that I love Jem as a character, and I feel like I'm really going to enjoy my time rereading this. But yeah, so I'm excited to make more progress in this. I don't think I'm gonna really be able to make more progress in it today. I realized that I never really told you guys what the series is about. So in this world, we are following a group of people called Shadow Hunters, and they pretty much just go out and fight demons. There's a bunch of different supernatural creatures such as vampires, witches, werewolves, literally anything you could think of, it's in this story. So most of the characters, if not almost all of our characters we follow, are shadow hunters. And so the story takes place in late 1870s in London. So we get the Regency area. I love the descriptions of that whole time period. And so Tessa is from America, and she gets a note from her brother saying to come out to London. And once she gets to London, she is greeted by these two very interesting women who definitely are not who they seem to be. And so Tessa gets herself in a little bit of a predicament, and she ends up getting saved by some shadow hunters and gets herself wrapped up in the shadow hunter world. There's also something going on with her that she is discovering, and while also trying to find a certain person as well. I'm trying to be vague. I know this is such a popular series, but I don't want to spoil or anything. And so that's really the majority of the series. We also have a bunch of machine people that they are trying to deal with and figure out. I'm also reading The Way of Kings. I haven't made any more progress in this probably in about like a week and a half, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, hello everybody. I look absolutely horrendous right now, and I am so sorry. I am still in the same clothes, but you know what? That is a realistic what I look like when it comes to a full study day. It is currently almost about 2:30, and I have a little over an hour till I have to leave and go pick my dad up, and then we're gonna go grocery shopping. I have gotten a lot done. A couple of the breaks that I took were definitely a little bit longer than the 5 or 30 minutes than I meant to. Do feel like I'm a little bit behind, but at the same time I'm not. For one of my classes, we can have like a full 8x11 formula sheet. We can put anything we want on it, and in that class the study guide that he gives us is almost identical to the actual test. I took the ones that I had the most trouble on, and I went through this twice already and used the study guide as a reference, just like I would be in the real test. One of the tests that I have tomorrow is for chemistry, and it's hurting my brain. I've moved on for chemistry. I'm kind of been procrastinating that just a little bit. I've been working on it here and there. It's just a lot. This unit is huge, so I'm kind of just taking it chunk by chunk. And then I'm working on my pre-calculus stuff right now. But yeah, I'm gonna study for the next like hour or so, and then I'm gonna leave, do all the stuff that I said. I probably won't be able to talk to you guys later tonight. Again, tomorrow is also going to be kind of a weird day of me not being able to talk to you guys a lot because I'll be at school, but hopefully Thursday I'll be able to give you guys some more consistent updates. So I'm gonna get back to studying. Good morning, everybody. I have to leave in a little less than an hour, and I decided to wake up a little early this morning to knock out some more studying. I'm really just going to solely focus on chemistry up until my test. I just cannot wait for this day to be over. I cannot wait till 7 o'clock hits and I'm done with my lab and I can go home, because I just want to read some more of Clockwork Prince. I actually didn't end up reading any more than I thought I was going to. Yeah, I'm at the very beginning of chapter 2. Not really a lot has happened so far. We've had this like meeting with like all of the higher shadow hunter people. I do hope to make a little bit of progress in that. I'm going to get started on a couple of these things. I probably won't be able to talk to you guys until when I get home, or honestly probably just tomorrow. Plans for tomorrow: making progress in Clockwork Prince while I want to go to the gym, I want to go on a walk, and I want to make my April reading journal spread. Those are the 3 main things that I want to do tomorrow. I also want to make some more progress in The Last of Us 2 because I restarted that a couple days ago. I'm gonna get working on this, looking at all these things, and going to bang my head against a wall. Hello everybody, so it is a while later since I updated you guys this morning. Did I updated you guys this morning, right? Actually, honestly, my brain is a pile of mush. Something that I totally forgot to tell you guys was today was the Artemis 2 launch. It is the mission that they're going around the moon and coming back, and then it's going to set up missions for actually going back to the moon. It's so crazy how we are just living on a floating rock in the middle of space with a bunch of different planets, a bunch of different galaxies, and just it gets bigger and bigger. We're like the tiniest little thing, and it's crazy to think how much is out there and how much we don't even know that's out there. My brain feels like someone is squeezing it. I have a headache, and I've had a headache since like 12 o'clock today. Granted, I also haven't been drinking a lot of water, so that's probably why. And I've been looking at screens for the past literally like 24 hours non-stop. Well, I guess besides me sleeping, but other than that, I've been looking at a bright screen, and that's not good for my eyes. And so as soon as I got home, I sat outside actually on the porch with my dog for like 45 minutes, not going on my phone, just sitting out there watching the sunset. Heather, she has been raving. I've been watching her old Vlogmas videos because I didn't watch them for a couple days, and then I ended up not watching them for a couple weeks and just had like a stack of videos to watch. So I ended up binging like 20 of her videos in the past week, and it's been so much fun. But during that time she was reading Voices in the Snow. It is a 4-book series, unfortunately. It takes place in this post-apocalyptic Last of Us zombies type of world, and I'm sold. I'm literally replaying The Last of Us 2 right now, so I'm just really in the mood for something different. I think I'm not really in a reading slump sort of. I just haven't been wanting to pick up like a physical book because I've been so busy with school. I also didn't end up listening to any more of Clockwork Prince. I did find the page I'm at. I'm on chapter 2 still, page 29. So hopefully between my walk and doing my reading journal, I should be able to knock out another 20, 30, 40% of this. I am taking tomorrow as like a rest day from doing studying and schoolwork because literally I've been doing nothing but that for the past like 3 days, and my brain, like I said, is complete mush. Yeah, that's honestly all that I had to talk to you guys about. I'm gonna go shower, and then honestly I might just end up going to bed because I'm so tired, and then tomorrow's going to be a busy day but a productive, and I'm gonna try to make it a fun and relaxing day as well. Good morning, everybody. So it is actually, I guess not really good morning, it's almost 11 o'clock. I do have some updates for you guys. I'm gonna start with a non-book related one. Like I saw this morning, I did go on a walk. My goal, and something that I just really want to implement into my daily routine, is walking 10,000 steps a day or walking 5 miles. So this morning I spent like 45 minutes and walked 3 miles, and then later in the afternoon today I'm gonna go on another walk for another like 45 minutes to get another 2 miles in to reach my 5 miles today. Came back and I just took a shower and washed my hair because one of my things on my to-do list today is make my April reading journal. Nope. I mean, actually, yes, that is one of the things I want to do. But why I got all dressed up is because I want to make a TBR video. I've never made one of these before, so I'm kind of nervous. I don't know how it's gonna go. I think it'll be fine. Essentially, I'm just gonna go through each of my shelves and pick out whatever ones are calling to me or ones that I want to read this month. Later today at 1:35, 1:40, I do have to pick up my sister from school, and then after I drop her back off, going back out to the store to get stuff for dinner tonight. We're making chicken broccoli and rice and potatoes. Now going into some reading updates. I actually need to update my progress in this, but I think I'm gonna start with my Kindle read first because last night I decided, I know I said that I wasn't really feeling well, and I wasn't, except the book was really addicting and I did not end up reading like a million pages. I did end up reading 10%. I'm on page 32, chapter 5, and I'm loving it. Like, it is so fast-paced, so addictive. We honestly don't even know a lot about what's even happening, as our main character doesn't. It took a different turn than I thought it was going to, as where our character is right now and like the premise of the story. like I said earlier, this is essentially a post-apocalyptic Last of Us, zombies, Walking Dead type of story. And we follow our main character Claire as she is going to her aunt's house, grandmother's house, sister's house, someone's house, and she has to go through these woods, and it's storming like crazy outside. There's feet of snow everywhere, but while she is driving, she has to drive through these woods, and while she's on the phone call with her sister, the phone keeps breaking up. She can't really hear her, and then it just like goes silent. Why she's going to this person's house is because there is this huge thing on the news about some sort of outbreak, but she doesn't really know what's going on. She just knows that something crazy is going on, so she's like, okay, I'm gonna go to this person's house that lives in a country house in the middle of nowhere, kind of like near this forest. She ends up driving and something happens, and that's kind of where our main character Claire is right now. We also got introduced to this other character, which I don't know if we're supposed to trust this character. I did hear that there's supposed to be like the tiniest little bit of a romance between two characters. I don't know if it is this person or not. So far, really interesting. I do plan to read some more of this later tonight, but let me go into Clockwork Prince now, because I did listen to some more of this on my walk this morning. So it looks like I'm in the middle of chapter 5. I'm 21% of the way through. Chapter 5 is on page 97. I'm loving this. I really am. Just like I was with Clockwork Angel, I absolutely adore this series, and I adore it so much for the characters. Sandra Clare has such a way with words that isn't too simple but isn't too complicated either. It's kind of like a mix of both, because this is a YA series, and she's able to describe things so clearly and vividly without it being too over descriptive. I will say there's some parts of this where sometimes it can be a little much. It's really fun and enjoyable, but also very heartbreaking at the same time, because two of our characters are going through some stuff and they're keeping secrets from each other, and that's just really heartbreaking because I know what's coming. And so rereading it in a sense that I already know what is happening or what has happened and what our characters are doing right now without other people knowing, it's like, ugh, it hurts. And it's honestly just going to get worse. Yeah, that is my reading updates for both of these books. I do really need to start filming that video so I can wrap that up. The rest of my list here, I need to film the April TBR video. I want to start editing this video, which isn't something I'm going to do till like later tonight. I also want to play some more of The Last of Us 2. I obviously want to read some more of both of these books. I want to make my April TBR spread, and I want to walk my 5 miles. It's going to be something I'm going to finish up later today, and I also need to go to the grocery store as well. We have a good amount of stuff on the to-do list, but also a lot of them are things that I can do interchangeably or at the same time. So I'm gonna get started working on that video, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my April reading journal spread. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do yet. Most of the time I usually just pick a sticker pack that I have and kind of theme it off of that. So I'll see what I have and we'll go from there. Hello everybody, it is the next day and I have a couple updates, not a whole lot of updates for you guys, but the main one is, you know how I made my April TBR video yesterday? Guess who also edited the whole entire thing and got the thumbnail done this morning? I am so proud of myself for some reason. Granted, it was a very easy video to film and edit. It wasn't like a whole week of my life where I need to add a lot of text or pictures or mainly music. I feel like music is the one thing that takes me just a little bit more time because I have to make sure that I get it right in the right places, need to turn it down in some place to turn it up, and then make the intro that I always have. That video is going to be coming out before this one, so I'm just going to kind of run through my TBR with you guys real quickly. So as you guys already know, like I talked to you about it like 5 times already, I am rereading Theorem for All Devices. I haven't made a whole lot of progress in it. I do hope to make some more progress in it today though. And then these 2 books, these are kind of more so on the back burner. If I get to them, great. This is my last month and a half of my semester, so these next couple weeks are just going to be test after test after test, and I'm going to be studying a lot. So I am going to be reading a majority of these on audiobook if I can, but I did want to put these on here because I do want to get to them. But if I don't get to them, definitely going to be reading them in next month. I just want to read them back to back, and that is continuing on with the Red Rising series with Golden Sun and Morning Star. This is 2nd and 3rd book in the original trilogy. So we have those 2. The one that I'm probably the most excited for is Watch Me. This is the first book in the spin-off of Shatter Me. I don't exactly remember how long this takes place after the conclusion of the Shatter Me series, but I have actually read this. I read this probably about like a little over a month after it came out last year. I got it from the library. This book is about like 350-ish pages. I read it in like 3 hours. And I don't read books that quickly ever. Granted, the font on the page is overly big. It is a YA book, so that is to be expected, but I decided, since I love this book so much, the 2nd book comes out on Tuesday, I'm just gonna give it a reread. Pretty sure I gave this book 5 stars when I read it for the first time. I don't know if I'm gonna give it 5 stars again. I remember absolutely loving it and how fast-paced it was, and the new characters I love so much. Obviously, I love seeing our original characters, but both of the new characters have stolen my heart. Do want to get to this, and then obviously that 2nd book that I have already pre-ordered. We're getting back to this. I don't know if I talked to you guys about this at all. I feel like I did, maybe I didn't, I'm not sure. But I was originally trying to read this book throughout spring break. I ended up reading half of it, which is good. But there was a certain character's point of view which I'm not loving, and that point of view came up literally every other chapter throughout the last 2nd part of part 2, and it was just really dragging for me. But I finally made it to part 3, which is just Kaladin and Shallan's point of view, and that part is a good 20% of the book, I would say. A good 200 pages, and I think I'm going to absolutely fly through this last part, or this next part. I just have to get myself to start it. And then the last 2 are actually trade paperbacks. We have a DC one. This is the Absolute Batman. And then I also have the first 3 volumes of All New Wolverine. This is, I want to say Wolverine's daughter, but not really. She is a clone of Logan and Wolverine. But yeah, that is my TBR for the month. I also, like you guys saw, did my reading journal spread. I did one more. I don't know if I filmed it. Something is going on with my printer and the colors because there's like no pink or red in any of these pictures for some reason. This is what it turned out. A little close up. I also ended up making a quarterly wrap up. I do need to add some text like at the bottom, but I don't know, just something simple to kind of wrap up the first 3 months and all the books that I read in those months. So that's pretty much all that I have to update you guys about. Today's gonna be really chill. I need to do some schoolwork. I want to make some progress in both Clockwork Prince. Oh, also Voices in the Snow too. I only ended up reading a chapter last night. 11:20, so I have plenty of time in the day to knock out some reading, go on a walk later today. I do want to play some Last of Us because I didn't get to do that yesterday. Kind of in the mood to start one of the trade paperbacks, do something a little bit different. I'm not sure which one I want to start with though. So today is the last day I'm filming this video, I think. I don't think I'm going to take it into the weekend. I'm gonna go pick something to do, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later today. video, give you guys some final reading updates and such. I know I look like a ghost right now. It is because it's almost 11:40 at night and I'm about to go to bed. I just wanted to give you guys 2 quick reading updates before I end the video. The first one we're going to start with is A Clockwork Prince, because weirdly enough, I just read the last 2 chapters physically, not using the audiobook at all, and I don't know, it was strange because I haven't read these books physically in so long. I don't know, I've been listening to a lot of this today. I ended up cleaning my room for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours today. I needed to get done. I ended up cleaning my closet, which is something that needed to be done for so long. It'll look so much better. So I've been sat here reading for the past like 30-45 minutes and ended up reading 2 chapters. As I'm reading this, the memories are coming back to me of what's happening and what happens in this book. And these last couple scenes and then these next couple scenes are some of my favorite, or a couple of my favorite moments in this book specifically. I remember wanting to get to this point. This is a certain thing that's about to happen, and I'm just really excited to continue reading it. But I have made it over the halfway mark. I am on chapter 12, called Masquerade, and I stopped there for a reason. I would keep reading, but I'm kind of exhausted and really want to go to bed. Those are the full-length novel updates. Also, I didn't really talk to you guys about this at all, actually. I ended up reading the first issue of Absolute Batman. I just wanted to test it out, see how I felt about it. And everybody was right. It is absolutely fantastic. I also plan to finish this up tomorrow. There's only 6 issues in here, but I do have volume 2 as well. That is everything that I have to talk to you guys about. I feel like I didn't really do a lot this weekend besides like reading here and there, updating you guys my thoughts, doing some studying. So honestly, that really is just how my life kind of is during the week. So it was a very realistic week in my life, besides the fact that I had 3 crazy tests and quizzes on one day. That was kind of rude. Thank you guys for spending the week with me. You guys have a great rest of your day, morning, night, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.